Hello, Prayerful Heart Consciousness holders. This is Reverend Jerry Hobby, and I'm just so happy to be with you today. Today is day 19 of our celebration of a season for nonviolence. This is a celebration of the life work of people like Mahatma Gandhi, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Cesar Chavez, the Dalai Lama, and so many more. And we here at Purple Heart are celebrating through the practice of prayer. And we're sponsoring this program called A Season for Peace. And today is extraordinary. And the reason it is extraordinary is because we're going to be celebrating with the theme of acceptance. And I love this quote by Henry Miller. He says, "Life has no other discipline to impose. If we could but realize it, then to accept life unquestionably. Everything we shut our eyes to, everything we run away from, everything we deny, denigrate, or despise serves to defeat us in the end. What seems nasty, painful, evil can become a source of beauty, joy, and strength if if faced with an open mind. Every moment is a golden moment for him who has the vision to recognize it as such." And I love what Steve Maraboli has to say. He says acceptance makes an incredible fertile soil for the seeds of change. So we've invited guest minister, Reverend Dr. Raymont Anderson, to join us with a special prayer. And this is a special treat for all of us because he has the ability to unify groups of people in a sacred and a profound way. So he is going to share a prayer on acceptance, and it is going to be for all audience, those that hear as well as those that are non-hearing. So please join me in moving into this sacred space of affirmative prayer with Dr. Raymond Anderson.
Namaste. So right now I anchor to this breath because this breath is a spiritual practice itself. This breath reminds me to be present to the presence. It reminds me to surrender, to allow, and to accept. Present because I cannot breathe this breath tomorrow. I cannot rebreathe yesterday's breath. I can only breathe this breath. To surrender, to allow, and to accept, because I understand that my body is intelligent and knows how to breathe itself. So I surrender. I let and allow my body to do perfectly this thing called respiration, this divine inhale and exhale. But ultimately, I am accepting the divine understanding that this breath is God breathing itself in, through, and as me, in, through, and as everyone who is aligning with this spiritual mind treatment right now. I understand what it means to accept. I accept the divine influx of power, of love, of joy, of peace, intelligence and wisdom, awareness, of action. I accept my divine accountability and responsibility to do what is mine to do. I accept the call to roll up my sleeves enthusiastically to be involved in a world that works for all. I accept spirit as the truth of my being. that there is no part of me that is not divine, holy, sacred, and God, and that this truth is the same for all. There is no one who is not divine, sacred, holy, and God. So I accept that it is mine to shine, to speak, to express, to live, move, and have my beingness as the divine in action, to such a degree that everyone that I see and everyone who sees me sees God. That everyone that I touch and everyone who touches me feels the power and love of God. That everyone that I hear and everyone who hears me hears the very vibration of creation itself. That vibration, that power resonates around the world, the universe, and beyond. That there is no space where God is not, because it is all there is. So I accept what is mine to do, to be God in action. In thought, I am God. In word, I am God. In feeling and emotion, God. In action and service, God. Because God is all there is. So I surrender into the law, knowing that it, the law, accepts. It says yes. So I surrender, allow, and accept that this prayer is already answered. It is already done. And so I declare what I know as answered prayer by saying, Ashe, Aho, and so it is. Amen.